Hey, and welcome back for Homebuyer Training Day 3. And today we're going to talk a little bit about mortgages and kind of dive into the subject of mortgages and home loans. So, where to begin? Before ever thinking about buying a home, the first thing you really need to think about is your credit. Your credit is so vital to this process that it's very crucial that you make sure that you have a good credit score. A good credit score matters a lot when it comes to buying a home, and a good credit score takes a long time to build. Um, Having a good credit score can make the difference between $100 in payment in your mortgage per month. A good score can lower your interest rate, which will reduce your payment, and obviously help make that home a lot more affordable for you. Another thing to consider is don't take on any new debt. For the next year that you plan on buying a home, I would not do anything such as run up credit card bills, store credit, going out and applying for a bunch of new loans, going and buying a new car, anything like that. If you have plans for home ownership in your future, go ahead and watch all of that and try not to let any of that show up on your credit report. If so, that's going to change your debt to income ratio, and that will drastically affect how much home you're available to, or how much home you are qualified to afford. Another thing is to begin saving for your down payment and closing costs. So while many of these government programs will provide a low down payment, they do have other requirements that may be in there, such as closing costs, 3.5%, such as an FHA down payment, things like that. And these are things to consider before you go into the process, just to prepare yourself a little bit before you get there. That's just something that I want to go ahead and warn and caution you for, to plan ahead for. The next thing to go through is really, where do you go for getting a loan? Many people may consider their bank. They may have their checking account, their savings account, things like that already in one house, and your bank or credit union is certainly somewhere that you can go. If you would like to speak to someone you know, keep everything under one roof, a bank may be a perfect option for that. The downfall, however, to a bank is that typically its mortgage or loan officers can only write loans for the bank. So there's not a lot of shopping around for you that they can do. Mortgage brokers are another option, and they are typically independent or work for another firm that is independent, and not tied officially to any single bank. And so they work with several different lenders and work to find their clients the best rate and terms available on a mortgage loan. And so there are some benefits to having folks shop around for you. So you may be asking yourself, can you speak to more than one? Do you want to go to your bank, but then also ask someone else? I've heard many people say that getting your credit score run many times may hurt your score. And while that is true in some instances, shopping for a home loan is not one of those. There is some protection if you visit several loan officers or mortgage brokers within a short period of time and they run your credit. This will only be considered as one hard hit on your credit report. So for the benefit of saving money, you're at really no risk for that. So I would definitely advise speaking to more than one loan officer. There are two basic types of loan programs available. There are government-insured loan programs, which are FHA, USDA, and VA loans. These are insured by the U.S. government against loss. They decrease the cost of borrowing for borrowers who may not otherwise qualify for a conventional loan. But these programs may require borrowers to pay private mortgage insurance. And private mortgage insurance is a program that is required typically for loans that have a borrower that puts down less than 20% equity or down payment. And this is just to cover the cost of insurance if the loan were to fail. The other type of primary loan is a conventional loan, and these loans are loans that do require typically 20% down, but would not require conventional private mortgage insurance. So government-backed loans, a little bit more about those. The FHA is the Federal Housing Administration, and this is one of the most common options for first-time home buyers and repeat buyers alike. They typically require 3.5% down payment, but they do have other options available. They have grants and down payment assistance available. So if the 3.5 may seem like an issue now, don't let that discourage you, as there are other options out there. But these programs do require PMI. Another program is the USDA, or U.S. Department of Agriculture backed home loans, and these loans offer 100% financing for qualifying homes in rural areas. And what this means is homes that are in counties considered rural. I know Warwick County is, Posey County is, there's several other ones out there. These loans are available for 100% financing, and this does not mean that the home has to be an agricultural property to qualify. But these do require them to be in an agricultural zone or a rural area. And so this is a great option for people shopping in these areas who may not have money for a down payment. And another option is VA home loans. These are sponsored by the Department of Veterans Affairs, and I would recommend these to anyone that is a veteran or spouse of a veteran that may qualify. There is no PMI required, and these loans are by far some of the best and most envied loans on the market. So congratulations, you've got your pre-qualification letter. You've met with a lender and have everything straightened out. You've showed them your documents. You are pre-qualified, and they have told you how much house you can afford. So the pre-qualification will tell you obviously how much house you'll be able to afford, the interest rate that you'll be at, and from those we can predict what your monthly payment may look like. So that's the basic overall gist of mortgages. And tomorrow I want to go ahead and talk about setting up houses. That is the next, or looking at houses. That is the next step, and setting up automated search results. So I will see you tomorrow, and have a great day.